Good evening and welcome to Golden Compass Tarot. Today I'm trying a bit of a different experiment here. See how this pans out. We're going to use a plus diagram with an animal energy in the center. And the concept and idea of this layout is where we are, the conflict between what's going to be helpful versus what we're working against. I'm going to put the animal card in the center here in a second and where we will end up. This is an experiment. We're just going to see how it goes, and if you like this, let me know. Continue to do some more of these or make some modifications. Either way, let's build a story. Now, this animal deck, I'm not completely familiar with all the cards, so if I do have to stop and quickly check this, see what comes up, I apologize and thank you for your patience. Now, let's get on with it. The first card is the Ace of Swords. The Ace of Swords representing new ideas, new beginnings, new perspective. Let's see then what the animal card in the middle is. And it is the Nightingale. And I just pulled this one not too long ago actually, so maybe this is a message for me as well, as much as it is for anyone that's watching this. So the Nightingale is to speak freely, speak genuinely and earnestly, with compassion and empathy and care. Let's see what's working against this. That is the Queen of Swords. So in this case, this tells me that the Queen of Swords in this connected context would have to do with boundaries. So we have to be careful of our boundaries here, especially with new ideas. New ideas, and it could be something that's genuinely helpful to ourselves, or maybe we want to help somebody else. Be mindful of boundaries though. Some people don't always approve of new ideas. They may argue, try to discourage us against them, or people may try to take advantage of that as well. The so-called energy vampires, which if they see us as a source of help, they're continuously stuck looking for something. Sometimes it could be validation. Sometimes they are so much in pain that they only recognize us as an anchor, and we have to be mindful of being able to manage those relationships in a healthy way. Which the next card is the Emperor. The Emperor rules his domain. Which fits quite well with what I've just said actually. And that is, it's your domain, it's your space, they're your boundaries, and you have absolute authority over anything in your own sphere. It's all yours, and there is no obligation to give any of your time, energy, effort, or anything without your explicit consent. We can be very caring, we can be very helpful, we can be very encouraging. But we can also tell people whenever they're encroaching on inappropriate territory. Which you should. There's never an excuse to bend or flex on boundaries, ever, because it will, in turn, drag you down, and then it makes this new idea substantially less enjoyable. It kills the passion, and then it becomes something that could just wind up dead in the water. Let's see what the final card is then. Where are we going to go with all of this? The Three of Pentacles. Once again, in alignment with boundaries. Here the priest instructs and retains the help of the craftsman and the merchant. The priest wants his temple built. He can't do it himself, but he wants to help the people. So he instructs and acquires the help of the merchant first to get the supplies, and then the craftsman to build him his temple so that he can then perform the service. And so as with any new idea, any kind of an idea that is done with earnest and genuine want to help others, we want to make we have to make our own framework with ourselves before we let anyone else in on our project. Just like the priest can't build a chapel because he doesn't have the architectural knowledge, he has to hire the merchant, but the merchant also can't build. Just like the craftsman cannot instruct and counsel those that come for help, but he can build the structure. And so, to summarize and to look at this now, to zoom out and look at this entire reading from what we've just gone over, the connected story would be in having a new idea or a plan or a perspective. If it's done in earnest, make sure to establish your boundaries. And in doing so, first we create our own self-respect. We know our own limitations. And then in recognizing our own limitations, we can instruct and acquire the counsel of those who are experts in their field, but also limiting their involvement as well, especially if it's our idea. We just need help for certain bits along the way to get us going to where we want to be, which is the final building of the chapel. This is an experiment. This is the first time I've done this. I had this idea just playing around with it. If you found it helpful or thought it was interesting, let me know, and I will continue to do some more of these. I found this one kind of quite an interesting story to build this way as well. Thanks for watching.